Lesson of the day. So I just looked on Twitter, well, on X, and I saw Roland Schoeman. So he's, if I'm not mistaken, an South African Olympian champion. He's a swimmer. I don't follow him, so I don't know, but he's having an argument with some guy about, this thing that the Dutch settlers are claiming to be Africans. And then this Toomey guy was saying to him that, no, Dutch settlers are Europeans. And then, there was a back and forth. But, okay, I'll just take one of the tweets, one of Roland's tweets. Roland says, "You don't get to hand out African identity like it's a loyalty card at ShopRite. Afrikaner literally means from Africa. Genius. I was born here, raised here, bled for this flag, while you sat tweeting entitlement. You think you're the gatekeeper of legitimacy. You couldn't even spell relevance if it slapped you with a history book. Nothing you say or do will change the facts." Now, Roland is like wrong on so many levels. Unfortunately, I have to tell him he's very confident, but he is confidently wrong. Okay? Afrikaner literally means from Africa. Yes, that is right. Because Afrikaner, and I also to learn this, I never thought of it in that way until you people on TikTok brought this to my attention. It was like, sure, life bulb moment. Okay, you see, even at my age, you can learn something new. Afrikaner is an Afrikaans word, and it translates to African. So like all the countries, from Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, and then down the east coast, the west coast, down the east coast, right down to South Africa, all the ones in the middle. They are all African countries. In Afrikaans, Afrikaner lande. Okay, because they are in Africa. And then all the people who are descendants from any of these countries here, descendant, okay? So whether this person is living in Norway or Greenland or Antarctica or Australia or Singapore, London, doesn't matter where in the world a person who is a descendant of Africa is living, he is an African. He is of African descent. Okay? Doesn't matter where he's living. His ancestors are from Africa, which means he is of African descent. So, Roland saying, I was born here, raised here, bled for this flag, while you sat tweeting entitlement. He thinks that makes him an African. No, Roland. No, baby boy. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. It does not. Everything you say there makes you a South African, but not an African. Those are two different things. Because you can be a South African by birthright or by naturalization. But when you talk about descent, it is different because that is ancestral. Now, I'm talking a bit slow because in case Roland doesn't get what I'm saying. Very slowly. Because no matter very fast. Slowly, Roland, slowly. Roland, listen very carefully. You are definitely a genuine South African, because you're right, you were born here, you were raised here, you bled for this flag when you won those medals in the Olympics. You represented your country, you represented under the flag, so you are South African. But you are not African, because your descendants are from Europe. You are of European descent. So there is a difference. And he is telling this guy to read a history book. Roland, you have to read a history book, an anthropological book, an archaeology book, a genetics book. You have to read a lot of things, because you are not right. Okay? So somebody has to tell him. I mean, I feel very sad that he thinks like that, but it's just a fact. So, I mean, again, like I say, it's not taking away from the fact that he is he's a South African citizen. It does not take away from that fact. You can be a citizen of any country, because you can be naturalized and you can get it by being born there, by birthright. Then you become a citizen. Citizenship is different from descent. Very different from origin. Okay? People, please, you'll have to understand this, because these are stupid arguments. We don't have to fight about who's African and who's not. We should just know. We should know who is African and who is South African, and what is Afrikaner and what is a Suid-Afrikaner. We just have to, these are just things that we should already know. So whenever you all see people talk like this, just please put them straight, but make sure you know how to speak properly, because this, to me, I could understand what he was trying to say, but because it's not very eloquent. Many times also I say things that are not very eloquent, so I have to go and find someone who can explain it better. And then I just take what they said and I hand it over to you. Okay? So that's the lesson of today. Okay? Don't be like Roland. Read. Don't be like Tumi. If you know what you want to say, but you don't have the words for it, go and find someone who can put the words properly for you, and then you use those words. Okay? See you at the next lesson.